we are 10 days away from starting the college football season, and as we shift gears into football a little bit, a brief preview about the team. Let's talk about this schedule. I mean, I absolutely love this schedule, the way that it lines up. First 10 days from today, Colorado State, first ever time that Washington and Colorado State are playing against each other. So that's going to be here in Husky Stadium to open up the season. Now we got UC Davis coming into town. That'll be a game against the FCS team that hopefully we're able to take care of business. They're solid. They're ranked number 8 in the country in the FCS ranks. But, that's game number 2. Then a bye week before the Apple Cup. And, you heard Dr. Jollis talking about how expensive a trip to Pullman is. And you might think to yourself, wow, that's just right down the road. That shouldn't be that expensive a trip. There's no hotel rooms within, anywhere. Like I remember one of the years that I was here, we stayed, in Lewiston, Idaho, or something like that. We stayed, 45 minutes outside of Pullman with the team. So, that's part of the challenge of all this thing. And like I said, it's expensive, but it's also the Apple Cup. And we got to get that thing back, right? Yeah. This is the year we're going to get that thing back. And it's going to go in that trophy case right there in the football office, and it's going to stay there for quite some time. But that's what we've got, and then that leads into Big Ten conference play. Now look, year 1 in the Big Ten was a transitional year. Year 2 in the Big Ten, I think we're excited about what kind of year that this year could be. You open up at home against Ohio State. September 27th, the defending national champs are coming right here. Now, I gotta say one thing. I kind of get invited on radio shows all over the country, including in other Big Ten markets, where they're like, hey, tell us a little bit about Washington. We don't know much about Washington. Tell us about the Huskies this year. And the question comes up a lot, Tony, tell us, was that traveling? Was that kind of a lot for you guys? Because we don't like to go all the way out there, and I can't imagine what it was like. And I'll be honest, when I hear these questions, I just hear a lot of complaining from these Midwesterners who are used to going on a 35-minute flight to Bloomington and maybe a 40-minute puddle jumper to Champaign-Urbana. And they just don't like coming out here. And so what I'll tell you is this. I think that what we have at Husky Stadium in the Big Ten Conference is going to be one of the elite home field advantages in all of college football. Because it's as loud as any stadium gets in the history of college football. We've seen that both recently and going back 30 and 40 years. So that's one thing. But then also, let's look what happened last year. Because we know as we enter the Big Ten, they got these blue bloods. They got the last two national champions, Michigan and Ohio State. Well, how did those programs fare when they had to come to the Pacific Northwest? Michigan lost at Washington, Ohio State lost at Oregon, and I just don't think they like to come all the way out here. And in fact, Ohio State doesn't have much of a history of success out here. You go back to 1986, they opened the season out here. They were number 10 in the country. They came in with all this swagger. I think the final score was like something like Washington 40, Ohio State 7. Like Earl Bruce, the Ohio State coach, said after the game, he thought that was the 1985 Chicago Bears defense that he had to play against out there. Like, that's a real quote. You can look that up. So I think this place, this special place, Husky Stadium, the greatest setting in college football, the loudest setting in college football, and also the home of our elite band, our elite cheer squad, our elite fans. I think this is going to be one of the great home field advantages for the foreseeable future in the country. And here's another thing that's interesting about September 27th. We've got the second longest home winning streak in all of college football. We've won 20 straight games in this building. You know who's got the longest?
Georgia.
You know who's got the longest? The Georgia Bulldogs, all right? They've won 32 in a row in their home stadium. Both of us have some tune-up games that aren't conference opponents at home to open the season. Then we've got a road game. And then, on September 27th, Ohio State comes here, and Alabama goes to Georgia on the same day. And so the two greatest winning streaks on home fields in all of college football are going to be put to the test. And this is our opportunity, and maybe our former coach can help us out a little bit by going into Sanford Stadium and knocking off the Bulldogs. But this is our opportunity to become the longest winning streak in the country in all of college football by beating the defending national champions here on September 27th. And I don't know much about Ohio State, but I do know this. Regardless of if it's their QB1 or if it's their QB2, either way, it's going to be a freshman quarterback playing his first career college road game of his life here at the greatest setting in college football. So everybody get up for that. It's an incredible schedule this year. You look at, we are the first team in all of college football since 2008, the first team in 17 years that has to play 3 games on our schedule against either the defending national champs or a team that beat the defending national champs. We're not just playing Ohio State. We're playing Michigan, who beat Ohio State. We're playing Oregon, who beat Ohio State. We are in the big time now. And so, that's why we need all the support from the marching band. We need all the support from everybody to continue to give us the great home field advantage that we have. And of course, we've got great leadership. Pat Chun at the top, and our next guest, who is leading this football team in his second season and has done an amazing job as a college football head coach. He went in to Tucson and turned that program around from really the dregs of college football. Like, they were struggling when he got there, and 2 years later, they were a 10-win program. He came in here, and in a big-time transition with one of the hardest road schedules in the country, he got us to a bowl game. He helped us beat the defending national champs in Michigan a year ago. He helped us beat legacy West Coast rival USC. And now he's going to be leading a very very improved Husky team in his second season on the job. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the head coach of your Washington football Huskies, Jedd Fisch.
Thank you very much, Tony. Appreciate that. We're getting ready for our radio show. I think that starts next Monday, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you go there? Yeah, Monday. Joey's? Joey's, University Village. We'd love to have anyone come out to see us. What time are we going at? 6 to 7 on every Monday night in season. We've got the Coaches Radio Show. We'd love to see all these faces. Yeah, we'll talk about the band. We'll talk about how the band brought energy to keep the 20-game home streak going. We got to get to 27 at the end of this season. Right, 27. That would be the goal at the end of this season. That would give us some pretty good wins here at Husky Stadium. But always a great night to be able to come out and thank you all. I know this is a group that, hey Coach, how you doing? I just saw Coach Carr over there. This is a group that allows the band to do what the band does, which is support all of our sports, to bring great energy, to bring great enthusiasm, to allow us to really feel the sights and sounds, or at least the sounds of Husky Stadium, Husky Nation, and it's such a big deal. It's really why we're in college athletics. If you didn't want a band, you should go be in pro sports. And if you choose to want to be a part of the energy and the pageantry and the passion of college athletics, which we do, my family does, our staff does, our team does, that's why we're here. And we love pageantry of college sports. And don't let anyone tell you that because there's NIL, there's not pageantry. Or because there's NIL, there's not the same passion for college athletics. There is. It's actually more watched than it's ever been. It's actually more attended than it's ever been. The TV money is bigger than it's ever been. College sports, college football is just getting better and better and better and better, and allowing us to have an incredible team. I love our football team. We're in a good spot. We just got off the practice field no more than an hour ago, and we have 5 practices left before Colorado State, and it's going to go fast. I said to our team today, I remember that last game, and I remember in El Paso when we went for 2 for the win, and the ball got tipped at the last second, and I said to Demond, I said, well man, before you know it, we're going to redeem that loss and we're going to get going at Husky Stadium. Well, now we got 1 Saturday left, and it actually is before you know it. So we're fired up, but I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your constant support. I want to say thank you for allowing us to have this environment, this win streak, allowing us to do what we do. We actually just started learning, all young kids last night, started learning the fight song. And it's always our goal at the end of every game, win or win, to head over there to the end zone and sing and join with the band. And I know that probably all of you, that's a tradition that everybody enjoys, that everybody appreciates. So that's always been our goal. And it is a complicated fight song, though. I know some fight songs. I don't know if you guys know, I've been on 12 teams. And this one takes the cake. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Team's getting there. We're fired up. We're excited. I appreciate you allowing me to be here again tonight, just to say thank you to all of you for all of your support. And we continue to appreciate you guys packing our stadium, all of you, plus all the support you do to allow the band to be there as well. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.